Welcome back. So I'm actually creating this video because my dad usually told me, like, don't let nobody create your narrative, okay? Don't let nobody control your narrative, because over time they're going to spread these lies, and lies repeated over time become truth, okay? So some people, right? And those lies turn into actions. Those actions turn into violence, right? So what happened is, like, those actions going to turn into violence because some of the Black Americans, the supposedly FBA, are going to get radicalized. They're going to be like, oh, we Africans against them, and then they're going to start trying to find a way how to harm us. Okay, that's how it usually started. Okay, the same thing how racism from the white people started. The same thing is started in the whatever Black community. Because I go there and read from the comments, right? I go there and read the comments. Somebody like, we need to kick this Africa. We need to first them out. Okay, but you see where it's going, right? It's going to take step by step, right? Step by step. This is where all this violence is going to lead into, right? Step by step, it's going to lead into that action where Africans are going to start getting hurt by Black Americans. Trust me. Some people are like, it's not going to happen. But with that type of negative rhetoric being preached over and over again, let me tell you, some people were sheep, right? They were doing anything. Okay, people were just followers. They would do anything, and some people are just looking for a cause to do something. Okay, so this little bit of idea that we Africans come here, and then ourselves, we come to America, the government is going to be like, you're African, let me give you a house. Let me give you a car. Let me give you everything, okay? This is a little brainwash that he been brainwashing those supposedly FBA, right? Basically, foundational Black Americans, okay? That we Africans get help. Like, we come here, the government give us all type of help, right? This is the most myth about it, right? Most people don't know, most Africans that come here goes to some, like, they did come to the most of them that come here, not all of them, but majority that come here have families here. Okay, they come here, so basically when they come here, they go stay with their families, and those families they go through the legal process where they're becoming a citizen. Like any race that comes to immigrate in America become citizens, we go through the same type of process, right? And become citizen. And guess what happened? But this is what, if I start saying that, they're gonna be like, oh, look at the Africans trying to tell the Americans what to do, right? The problem with the culture, Black culture, we're trying to tell you guys that you guys need to change the way. You're gonna be like, we Africans are trying to tell you guys what to do, right? Most Africans, do you want most Africans are succeeding, right? You guys can say, if you've been with any African kid at school, they always try to do better. Because I remember when I was going to middle school and high school, if I have a B, it's a problem. My dad's like, you have to do better. You have to do better, right? So it happened, this idea of doing better is imprinted in our mind to always do better. Always do better, right? My dad told me, yo, you gotta work hard. My dad like, if I have one car, you gotta have two cars. If I have one house, you gotta have two houses, right? So that idea of being great is already being printed in our mind, right? To always do great. And then with the problem with some Black Americans, Black culture, is that they victimize their kids, right? How many old people hear me victimize your kid? Instead of telling your kids like the wonderful things that the Black culture have accomplished, right? Talking about talking about the people that have achieved great success, right? Instead of basically focusing their energy and telling like the Black kids that, oh, you guys can become anything you guys want to, they focus on their energy on just hate. Oh, telling the Black kids, oh, don't what's this called? Don't even worth trying because the white man is holding you down, okay? So happen, oh, watch out. The cops out there trying to take your life, or go out there. All that mentality, it basically crippled those kids to not even try anything, because they figure that the system is against them. The system is trying to hold them back, okay? Nothing is holding Black Americans down right now, okay? Don't remember, there's racism in America, but nothing is holding any Black American out. And I've been hearing, but this one, because I'm going to do a reaction on it later on. But this one is the reality that we Africans are able to come here, get a loan, and get a house. I wish it was like that, okay? I wish it was like that. So most old Africans, we have a house anywhere, okay? It's not like that, okay? And then he keeps spreading this rhetoric over time. People like, and he probably like some of the Black Americans are blaming their misfortune on Africans, okay? Don't forget, there's only like there's less than 2 million Black African immigrants in here. 2 million. That's like it's 2 million immigrants here. 2 million, just only 2 million people. 2 million immigrants or African descent coming here, right? And some of them thinking that we are here to overtake them. We overtaking their institutional and all type of reality. We coming here to take you guys whatever stuff, right? But we work hard, right? We don't tell our kids, and then we don't tell our kids that. For example, my dad told me like, oh, we work hard. Try to go to school, right? School is very it's a very strict. You come from a strict background environment, right? You tell your kids like you gotta go to school, you gotta become something, right? And then all that mentality basically causes us to do better. But in this black Americans, we're like, oh, we want to try to tell us. It's victimize the kids so much that it's not holding them back. For example, I was saying to one person, be like, he like, I see you, man. Like, cause I drive a Tesla, right? This guy was like, I see you, black man. You rise against that white depression. Yeah, oh, I see you, African. You rise against that oppression. I'm like, what oppression though? I got this car because I work hard for it. What oppression was holding me back? Nothing. So I'm just pointing out this reality of what is actually happening, right? Blaming everybody for your own misfortune, right? We need to build, for example, something like, oh, black people, like we need to start working together and trying to create our own community and create our own social economical power. But no, instead of working at that, black people need to achieve great things, and those people, and then they're not holding those people on those higher on those people who are already on those top, those black Americans who are doing way better than those people down here. They're not holding them accountable to bring all that type of resources back to the community. But they out here weren't focusing about what Africans gotta do with it, right? There's so much great excellence, great melanin excellence, people achieving great things, that if they bring back that back into that black community, it's gonna help the black community. But guess what happened? They don't want to, right? They don't want to because guess what happened? They want to. If what happened? Why do you think any rapper who becomes successful, any person that becomes successful in the black neighborhood, they usually move out? Because if they stay there for too long, they will probably get jealousy is gonna kick in. They're probably gonna get killed by the black people around. They have the crab in the barrel mentality, right? We're like, they don't let no other black person succeed, right? So you have all this mentality, instead of actually start confronting those mentality and find a way how to push forward, but it's out here preaching some type of rhetoric towards Africans. And then I'm just hoping that my video will actually help people out there, because over time, trust me, over time, those people who just follow things are gonna start causing harm into Africans. So that's why I just pray that nothing actually happened. Okay, I'm just hoping nothing happen, because this is what most black Americans fail to realize, right? There's also black Americans back in Africa. There's black Americans back in Africa, right? And guess what happened? Most we don't understand. Most news in Africa spread faster, right? What's happening? If you guys start targeting us and start harming us, dude, don't forget, some of you guys are also out there too, right? No, don't forget, you guys are also out there. There's so many black people out there in Africa. Some people think like, oh, there's so much black people moving back to Africa, but I want to see where they say, oh, we Africans are hating. Don't forget, they're starting businesses over there. They're building houses. They're building communities, right? You're doing all these things, right? And we're happy to see that. But all this rhetoric I'm hearing that we Africans getting help, the government is helping the Africans. We come here, the government give us food, whatever. The government don't give me shit. Don't give us nothing. I hope you be like that. Because my dad came here, bro. My dad came here, he was homeless. He basically become homeless. He basically go to school, work minimum wage job until he finished school, and then he worked at started working until he's able to build himself out. My dad went 20 years without a car. 20 years, right? He came here 20 years. Don't forget, when most African comes here, they don't even understand the system, right? But it takes them time to adapt and change over time. And now they're blaming like we are the problem. We're leeching off, or we here seizing the opportunities. Black people have way more opportunities than Africans, because we come here. So some of them, because especially the west part of African of Africa, most of them are colonized by the British, so we speak English, right? But imagine those people who don't speak, those African Americans, those Africans who came here that don't speak English. You know how hard it's gonna be for them? Because for them, it's gonna be a language barrier. Okay, most people don't forget either. It's so easy to find a Spanish speaking tutorial or Spanish speaking people out there. But tell me, it's kind of hard. I want a DMV. There's no African speaking tutorial over there for Africans. Everything we gotta work hard for it. We come here, we basically gotta learn your languages. We gotta learn how you guys adapt and do everything, right? We come here trying to adapt, but all we hear is like bad rhetoric. But this is my little take on it. We don't get help from the government, okay? Stop victimizing your kids. Like I'll bet all that victimizing that gets happen. That people watching this content are gonna start telling your kids like the Africans are your cause of your problems, and over time, those kids are gonna start spreading hate, and this hate gonna cause the harm, bro. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I see y'all later. Peace out.